ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọ̀rẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ kìlẹ̀ tó tó ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan wọn Adéyẹyẹ mọ́. Sunday Adéyẹyẹ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí ara orúkọ tó ń dẹ́rù bó lórúkọ gan-an. ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o torí pé wòrà a kò lè fojú pé gbòdò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá kọlà wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan o. ọ̀wọ́n ẹ̀rín ní mágẹ́rẹ́ wọná ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣe wá lọ́nà ẹ̀jẹ̀ àtìmọ̀ṣọ̀ kan ká lè lè bí rere ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ Atápẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ gègèrè wodò sọ̀yà ìsọ̀yà òrẹ́rùn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sí lọ ń tán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ṣe yín ní dágbàdàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sánrán ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sún wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho áfíkan pọpọ sí amúkan yòókù bọ sọyà àtúmúyà rẹ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ àfiṣẹrù wálé wàràkùdé ọmọ onílé ọjà àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣẹṣẹ léṣeṣe tọ́láwọn oníbomi kò sí mu wọn làwọn oníbomi sọyà wẹsẹ̀ ìgbà tó ní kóbìnrin ń kọ́ gbogbo wọn lọ sáré bomi kò sí mu wọn sì bomi sọyà wẹsẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé lọ́jọ́ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho nílé rẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán nìkan ń dá òkúta òṣèlú fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ní ti balùwẹ̀ kò pọ́sibú kó dòdò láyé yìí ó kún díẹ̀ kí tọ́ domi láéláé ìtọ́ nílé domi Sunday Ìgbòho arógunmákìdí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilé tó kó.
ìgbà tún ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò tún ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. kò tẹ̀lé àbẹ̀yàmọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. kò tẹ̀lé àbẹ̀yàmọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò ti di tó àsìkò ti di tó láti gbára wà lọ́wọ́ ìjọba Odùduwà. àsìkò ti di tó ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò ti tó ọmọ Odùduwà. kò tẹ́lẹ̀ sìmẹ́ntì mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àfẹ́lẹ́ àbẹ̀yàmọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò ti tó àsìkò ti tó láti gbára wà lọ́wọ́ ìjọba ọmọ Odùduwà republic asọwasọwọ asọwọsọmọ asọwọsọlàwíà àìkúbalẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àfẹ́lẹ́ àbẹ̀yàmọ́ àfẹ́lẹ́ sìmẹ́ntìmọ́ àwọn ìjọba wa ara wọn nìkan lọ́jà fún ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé republic láwùjẹ Odùduwà republic ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé láwùjẹ ó lè sọ wá sọ́wọ́ ó lè sọ wá sọ́mọ́ asọwọ́sálàfíà àìkúbalẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àní àsìkò yìí tó ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò yìí tó sẹ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àfẹ́lẹ́ àbẹ̀yàmọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àfẹ́lẹ́ àbẹ̀yàmọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò ti tó àsìkò ti tó láti gbára wà lọ́wọ́ ìjọba ẹ jẹ́ ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn gbogbo àgbààgbà Yorùbá látòrí emeritus professor Banji Akíntóyè comrade Victor Taiwo olóyè Sunday Ìgbòho ẹ bá mi tọ́jú bàbá tèmi ààrẹ Gani Adams àti gbogbo Yorùbá àti kọ́jú ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà lórí òkun látòrí Mr. Adékúnlé Adépọ̀jù àní ìgbà ọtún ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. ìgbà ọtún ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. àfẹ́lẹ́ àbẹ̀yàmọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àfẹ́lẹ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. Àsìkò tó tó, àsìkò tó tó láti yára wa lọ́wọ́ ìjọba amúnisìn. Ẹ ń gbogbo Odùduwà Republic ó náwó ẹ̀ sókè. Ìnáwó mi. Ẹni tó fẹ́ Odùduwà Republic. Ẹni tó fẹ́ Odùduwà Republic ó náwó ẹ̀ sókè. Ìnáwó mi. Owó Odùduwà kó náwó ẹ̀ sókè. Ìnáwó mi. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ Odùduwà Republic kó náwó ẹ̀ sókè. Ìnáwó mi.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you all die one by one.
Thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought four, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement. Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi, the former Prime Minister of the Western Region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation. And the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Ahmad Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. They thought, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their background, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only the British intention for the country. This is thinking about.
If I may just yes, arrested, right? I've written several on it that he should not so, because it's the determination for Odùduwà Republic. It's not a crime, no international law. And that's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to raise with you. If it were not signaled to non-state actors and other ethnic agitators that they can actually go ahead, in the event that President Muhammadu Buhari really responds to your appeal.
Excuse me, you and I, we are living in Nigeria. You are talking about harmless people who are not armed. Are you not aware that in this country, some Boko Haram, some people accused of Boko Haram were released and traded for others by way of a quid pro quo? They said to release some of us, then we will release some of your detained citizens. Are you not aware that that has gone on in this country? So what is the bad precedent of saying a non-violent person should be released from detention, from illegal detention, a detention that the United Nations has been found to be illegal and to be unconstitutional and to be torturous? I do not see anything that is setting any bad precedent there in a situation where, as a matter of fact, some Boko Haram and armed bandits are being released in exchange for some of their members, where kidnappers are demanding from parents of children they have kidnapped to buy tarobo, tatache, tomatoes, vegetable oil, palm oil, and uba, to buy salt, to buy rice, for them, beans, yams, for them to feed their children, so as to keep them alive, to enable the parents to raise some for them. What is the long precedent here that we are just saying release, find a political solution by going through the tenets and the provisions of the law? I do not personally see anything wrong with that at all, and there is none that I know of. And I cannot see it leading to any floodgate or any resurgence by other people coming to say, criminals coming to say you must also give me reprieve. If it does not happen that way. How many Nnamdi Kanus do you have in Nigeria? And how many Sunday Igbohos do you have in Nigeria? These are people who have carried the spectre of their people on their heads, and they have become a metaphor for their self-determination struggle. For if I may just...
And a very good morning once again, and welcome to the breakfast conversation. My name is OLAMILEKAN, and it is the 5th of the 6th day of January 2023. As we continue to tell the Yoruba people reason why should you remain in Nigeria, you are giving the Nigerian politician opportunity to keep Britain control Nigeria. Moki Bogwa, and I say welcome to the conversation. It's just about 6 minutes before 6 a.m. from London, England, precisely where this broadcast is coming from. Moki Bogwa, say we're going to go through a reminder that as the weeks, days is counting down, Britain is excited that the Yoruba people are probably not ready, and they will probably use the same set of politicians that they've been using in the last 2 decades, in the last 20 years. Democracy was returned back in 1999, and I've already left Nigeria as far back as 1998. So that means a lot of you at home will probably not enjoy as much as the life I have enjoyed in this country. I have lived here for 24 years. And out of that 24 years, Britain was the reason why there's a lot of setback to so many Nigerians that are living in the United Kingdom. We still have a lot of Nigerians that lives here that doesn't have documentation, just as those of you that are living in any other part of the globe. The only difference is you might not know that your loved ones are living in UK and they do not have the right document that allows them to work and live legally in this country. But some set of the same Nigerians are hoping that the next election will give us just the same way we have been told in the last 2 decades plus. Because when you calculate 1999 till date, it gives you approximately about 23 years or thereabout, if not 24 years. But one thing I want us to remind ourselves is our freedom will not be given to you by Britain. Britain is not ready to allow Nigeria to break because it will create a lot of uncertainty for them and the rest of the globe. But those that are saying that, let us save Nigeria, get your PVC, and let's make Nigeria work again, I am not one of those. I have not really enjoyed as much as what I would have enjoyed if I was a British citizen living in this country in the last 24 years. Out of that 24 years, I was actually fighting the British government to make sure that I can live permanently with the right document. And that was 14 good years of my life. But I pity a lot of you back home, hoping and praying that Nigeria will be a better country. Nigeria will never be a good country. Not for you, not for me. But the only difference is I will live here and I will enjoy my life in the little I can, as long as I'm not lazy. I will do as much as I can do, maybe to support my loved ones back home, probably send money, send goods. But those of you at home will suffer the consequence should you not trap or get involved in allowing Nigeria to dissolve, because Nigeria is just too big to be controlled from the center. But already, since a lot of people are thinking that it will come in a very easy way, let me remind you that freedom will not be given to you in an easy way. Freedom is something that was fought by so many countries so that they can have a rest of mind. We are telling you that the Fulani in the forest is not our main problem. The economy of Nigeria will not revive back again forever. The economy will continue to go down because Nigeria is in a big debt. And there's no infrastructure in place to support the country. The infrastructure in Nigeria is almost 60 years behind. And that literally means that you are watching me right now in Nigeria, your life is likely not to be a better life. Even though, should you try to run out of Nigeria, you'll probably get to UK if you're lucky. That's if you get a UK visa in the first place. Or you'll probably get to somewhere in Libya. That's if you survive to get to Libya. But one thing I can tell you is, should you get to UK, you have just started a new journey. The journey of not knowing when you will return back to Nigeria in the first place. You will be here. You will look very good. You will look very fresh. But your life is not going to change. Your life will become terrible. You will be exploited if you're a woman. For those of you that will probably not have the right document to live in this country. But should we all fight it now, it will give us opportunity. There are so many Nigerian children that are living in the United Kingdom that are not yet documented. Some of them are watching me. Why some are probably not interested in what we are doing. But those that understand that your children will be frustrated because they will not be able to compete with their peers that are living in the United Kingdom. Your children will become very, very bitter. And you and your child or your children will become enemies in the house. For those of you living in the United Kingdom, I'm not sure about any other part of the globe, which I believe is the same thing. I'm talking about children of Nigerians that are living abroad that do not have the right documents. Some of their peers will probably like to travel just as closest to Spain or Cyprus or any other countries around the globe. But your children will not have that same opportunity because they are not yet documented. And the whole reason why they are not documented is because you as a parent do not even have the document as well. You are still fighting the same British government that created the problem that we are discussing right now in the last 3 years. The same British government that merged people that do not speak the same language, that decided to change what they met when they came in the centuries while we were a Yoruba kingdom. But today, everybody is now hoping that the next set of politicians, the same criminal politicians that the British government has actually allowed to exploit millions of Nigerians by bringing the stolen wealth into UK, either through proxies. But those Nigerians living in the United Kingdom knows very well that they are not likely to come back home. And if they're coming back home, they're coming back probably for a very, very short period of time. That's if death does not come to them before they return back to wherever they come from, whether as closest to South Africa or Kenya. Nigeria itself is a crime scene, and we will continue to see so many information that will make you feel uncomfortable, that will make you feel that Nigeria is not worth dying for. The news that will come out of Nigeria will make you cry, and it's not going to change anytime soon. The terrorists happening in Nigeria will continue. There will be more terrorists happening this year, next year, and there is no government to protect you, and there is no politician neither to protect you as well. Millions of Nigerians today are hoping that within the next few weeks, going into the poll to vote for the same set of politicians that were probably in support of the military. Because let's get it right, during the military era, there were also so many civilians that were working for them. But everybody still thinks that there's a Nigeria. But I can remind you all the time that that document behind me, the 1999 Constitution, is not going to save anybody. It has been crafted in a way to deceive millions of Nigerians. But even those that we believe should be speaking out, they are speaking out. But these are the same speaking that we have been doing for years. Everybody have been speaking about issues surrounding Nigerians, about the problems. But since some people are making a bit of money out of Nigeria, I'm not talking about small amount of money. I'm talking about millions of dollars that some of you will never even understand where the money is going. Buhari have just signed the 2023 budget. I think about 27 trillion naira. But let me remind you, you will continue to hear figures, but it will not represent your life. You will be frustrated. Some of you will commit suicide. Some of you will run out of Nigeria to wherever you can find help. But one thing is, even Britain will continue to offer Nigerians opportunity to come here to study or to come here as a teacher. Let me ask us this question. The British government is telling us that there is a role for millions of Nigerians to become a teacher in this country. Do you know that there are so many Nigerians that are already living here that would like to be that same teacher, but they are not documented? British government, the most criminal government that deceive millions of people like you idiot Nigerians at home. Since we already have Nigerians that are not documented here, why not let us document them and let them be trained as teachers? But the British government does not want that. The British government wants to take more teachers from Nigeria and other African and Caribbean countries. Let me remind you that even the empire itself is going into crisis, as we have been following Prince Harry, telling us so many things that we probably will never have heard before in the history of what is happening behind the closed door in Buckingham Palace. If Prince Harry could run away from the family, what do you think of the same empire that is locking your potential, that is making you think that you should feel cool by getting a PVC, and that PVC will solve your problem? Some of you working in the big position, you will be killed by the Nigerian police, just as we lost a Nigerian or a Yoruba woman in Aja area. She's not interested in the breakup of Nigeria. They just want to live a very nice life as what we call the middle class. They are probably not even worried about some of you that are dying somewhere in Ajegunle or in any other rural area. She lives a life until the Nigerian police that we probably haven't looked at the name and ask ourselves, what part of Nigeria is this man from? Is he from real Nigeria or somebody that actually came into Nigeria and become a Nigerian police officer? All this is just to tell you that you will get caught up one day yourself, and Nigeria will happen to you and your loved ones. But for me, I will continue to tell you that our only best option is to let Nigeria go. It does not matter how much you love Nigeria. You cannot love Nigeria more than any one of us. But Nigeria itself does not love and care for the people. And those people are probably hoping that Almighty Allah will come and save you. And Almighty Jesus Christ is coming to save you. There is no Jesus Christ coming anywhere to save anybody. Okay? Listen to me. Jesus Christ is not coming down to save you. Let your pastor continue to fool you and fool the congregation that you should pray for Nigeria. Whether it's the white garment or it's the normal church. Whether it's the local mosque around you or your tradition that is telling you that Nigeria will be a great country. Nigeria will never be a great country because we are all different in terms of language, in terms of our culture, and in terms of our real identity. But I pity millions of you. You are thinking that APC, PDP, or Labour Party will save your lives. You will get a good leadership. There will be production. The economy of Nigeria will become vibrant. We will be able to compete with somebody like maybe Kenya or South Africa. All these are part of the lies cooked for millions of you for the last 62 years. 62 years. You will never even get to the stage of the life I enjoy in this country. Let me show you a bit of that life.
Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. As we advance on Jory, onígbà tó máa ń bísí, onígbà tí kò kí bísí, ó ti lọ nìyẹn. The next one, ẹ máa dé ní. Next one, máa dé ní 1 minute. So, àwọn sọ fún mi pé ló bá lè fi ilé ṣe àtàǹsọ̀ ilé náà lè ṣe. Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. The 23rd of August, sorry, lórí náà. Ó ti rẹ́dí láti depart sórí kọ̀mpútà ni ó máa tilẹ̀kùn. Ó dà tó ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ bóyá kó tó fẹ́ wọlé. Ilẹ̀kùn yẹn máa fi lè sí. Ìyẹn la ṣe sọ fún yín sórí the next one tó máa dé. Ó máa dé ní 1 minute. So, wọ́n lè ní àwọn parọ́ fún ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá lè tó possible.
It is not in their hands. Because you know what? Power belongs to the people. Anything we want is what we're going to get.
Once again, I want to ask this. Do you think this dream is realizable without a war? And are you prepared to fight another war?
This dream can be realized without a war. And let me put it this way, as soon as the people, the various ethnic groups in Nigeria realize what Nigeria means to each and every ethnic group, they will subscribe to our position. So it is realizable without a war. Before the white man came, let me ask you this question. It's an interview, which means you can ask me and I can ask you. Before the white man came, was there any Nigeria? Before the white man came, did Nigeria exist? It's a simple question I'm asking you. Did Nigeria exist before?
It didn't. No.
It didn't exist. Then why are African people, black people dying over something that they did not create? Did any Yoruba man create Nigeria? No Yoruba man created Nigeria. No Hausa man did. No Fulani man did. No Kanuri man did. No Juju man did. When they come to Nigeria, it's always a debate about it is our turn. It is our turn. It is our turn to rule. Now there are over 250 main ethnic groups in Nigeria. If you keep protecting the presidency every 8 years to each and every ethnic group, times 8 by 250. How many years are you going to get? So some people will die many times over. They will reincarnate many times over. The presidency hasn't come to them. Nigeria is a joke and an absolute mess. It was not created by black people. Therefore, it cannot be sustained by black people. I want to see an Africa where a Yoruba nation extends from Togo all the way to Edo State. That's what I want. Because that is authentic Africa. I don't know why Africans are so beholden to something that is alien to them. Are you a white man? Did you look at Nigeria as a white man? What are you doing as an African defending something that a white man created? Out of, should I say, a racist intent. Nigeria was an African company, Royal Nigeria Company, an ordinary business venture that the British converted into a nation. And Africans are killing themselves, trying to maintain something that a white man created. Sometimes I wonder what type of God made African people. I don't understand it. I don't know you have this neo-colonialism. That is why the British High Commissioner had to go to Tinubu to ask him, how do you end this protest? Because this protest will be jeopardizing our oil. Now the government can use it as an advantage to go and get Biafra. They ask the army to go in and kill people. You people are being ruled by your own masters. Your faith is in your hand. You're in a country that is 60 years old, so to speak. There is no electricity. If I am a Nigerian, I can't come out as a Nigerian. I'll be ashamed of myself. For 60 years, you have no electricity. For 60 years, no good roads. For 60 years, no good schools. For 60 years, your politicians are traveling abroad for medical treatment. I ask you, what is there to remember about Nigeria? Name.
I'll come back to our brother Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in just about a few minutes. One day you will travel to Nigeria and you'll become a victim. Christmas returnee was killed somewhere in Anambra and was dumped in his own vehicle. This was the news coming out some few days ago. A man suspected to be a holiday maker who returned home for Christmas celebration has been killed in Anambra State. The man was found dead in his red Toyota Camry at Nawafija community along Uzenzi Road in Orumba, South Local Government area of the state. Resident of Nawafija, who discovered him, could not explain what happened to him. A narrator in a video seen online said the man recently returned for Christmas when he was killed by unknown person. The State Police Command confirmed the incident, stating that the vehicle was found along Uzeme Road and that the deceased has been taken to the morgue after a doctor pronounced him dead. State Police Commander, spokesman DSP Tochukwu Ikenga said investigation showed that the man was named Udoka Eze, while urging those who know him Pikawagba Bodie. Well, you can see that this was a man that probably maybe supported Nigeria or Biafra. I wouldn't know. May his soul rest in peace. Let's watch some of the Nigerians that make it to Libya. Once again, a very good morning at 11 minutes past 6 a.m. Let's watch this video. I do not own the copyright to it. You see, these are Nigerians that made it to Libya, but life there as well is as terrible, as probably maybe a little bit better than Nigeria. I'm not sure for those that live in Libya. I don't live in Libya. One thing is, Nigeria will happen to you. We are telling everybody, this is the right time to fight it and complete the job. Some of you are pointing fingers. Some of you are probably not aware that the politicians are the criminal. The politicians are the one working for the British agenda to keep you together and continue to milk millions of dollars and naira out of so many things that should have been done to make your life better. For me, I am far away from Nigeria, but one thing is, we are all going to suffer the consequence should we not allow a Yoruba nation to come through before election, which is just about a few weeks from now.
Ní oṣù láti máa ó tún máa ti pè wọ́n láti máa ti pè lánàá ojú máa kọ́ ilẹ̀ kún yẹn pé ọdún 20 tó fẹ́ gbà fún un níbo tẹ̀ jẹ́ 25,000 nínú owó ilé ẹjọ́ oṣù tí parí o. Àgbẹ̀ ilé tán ní ìgbà tí wọ́n ṣe náà ọlọ́pàá tó wá fún wa. Àgbẹ̀ ilé tán ẹ̀yin tó àwọn tíṣà fún lówó àgbẹ̀kọ́ padà wá jẹ́ olúwa òwe. Olúwa ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn gírámẹ́tì ló wà lè yíyà tó yẹ pé gírámẹ́ ẹ̀ka kí gírámẹ́tì yẹ wá yìí ẹ̀ máa wò pé mo tún pàdé ẹ̀rù kí ló wá ṣe ẹ̀ka gbọ́dọ̀ máa múra bí ẹrú amúra bí ẹrú wọn náà wá iṣẹ́.
Nigerians all over the world trying to survive, yet we have resources. We have what makes our life better, but the politicians are telling millions of Nigerians, get your PVC. Let's go back to our brother Mazin Amdekano one more time.
Tell me one thing you can be proud of in Nigeria.
Nigerians are among the brightest people in the world, including the Igbo people of which you are one, a very brilliant man. That is Nigeria in your DNA.
I was born a Biafran, not a Nigerian. Nigeria is a historical mistake.
Was there a birth certificate at that time that wrote Biafra on it?
Of course, yes. You want me to show you? I will show it to you. I can email it to you. It's not here with me right now. I can email it to you. My is Biafra.
I don't mind.
I will email it to you. So you see, what I'm asking is, if Nigeria never existed until the white man came, Why are you, as a black African man, defending it? What's the white man created? Why? When you have Yorubas in the Republic, Yorubas in Togo, they speak your language, they eat your food, they dress the same way you do, you have the same culture, the same value system, the same orientation, and I'm asking you, and the white man came from Europe and said, oh, you are Yoruba from Togo, you speak French. You are Yoruba from the Republic, you're going to speak French. But you're Yoruba from Nigeria, you speak English. Are people not perturbed by that? That level of dehumanization, that level of subjugation. You see, the one thing that shocks me about Africa.
And that subjugation is what is actually taking our people to at least Libya. Let's go back to the young man in Libya right there. When the passport that you hold as a Nigerian passport is as useless as tissue paper around the world, my question to millions of Nigerians this morning is, are you ready? Are you serious? So that we can make our life better within the next 5 years, even if there's crisis, even if there's chaos, even if there's uncertainty. Millions of us are already suffering. So what are we scared of? What are we really worried about? What is our concern? Because already the country has taken us backwards. But a lot of you still want to save the country by trying to go for election in 2023. Did you hear that? You'll be asked, what part of the border did you manage to get through? But today, we are telling everybody, there is still time to grab the message before it is too late. There is nobody among the politicians that can fix Nigeria. And I'll leave my brother for now and take you through to one of the senior advocates of Nigeria, well known within Nigeria, that is telling us that the 1999 Constitution has led to poverty and insecurity in Nigeria. I do not own the copyright of this video. It's just for educational purpose only. Let's watch this together.
For Nigeria to redo the 1999 Constitution on which it's operating because the flaws in the current document are there for all to see. That's the view of elder statesmen and senior advocates of Nigeria. Babalola. He told Channels Television's Ladia Akeredolu in our current affairs program Newsnight that with the level of insecurity and poverty in the country, which in his view stems from the Constitution's problems, elections are not the most urgent assignment. He cites several provisions of the 1999 Constitution to buttress his view.
We all know, you know, I know, all my listeners know that our problem is the Constitution, which has made Constitution very lucrative, the only business. If you go to the street today, go out, you see 10 young boys, ask them, hey, what's your business? Politics.
What's your business? Politics. Out of the 10 will tell you is politics. It has become business.
Àǹfààní tí ẹ bá gbọ́n tí bàbá yìí sọ. Politics is business ní Nigeria. Ìwọ tó wò mí náà tó ní ká keep one Nigeria. You are just looking for your opportunity. You are part of the criminals. You are part of the criminals that is waiting to become the next chancellor. The same shithole that has happened since 1999. We thought everybody was fighting after Nadeko, but now all the same people that fought, maybe only a few of them, during the Nadeko have now become politicians wearing agbada and putting on Awolowo cap. But majority of them are criminals, and they are only working to save the British government to control Nigeria. Let me tell you, the British government is not going to tell you that they are controlling Nigeria. They'll tell you that they gave us independence. But everybody knows that that independence is a flaw. That independence of 1960, everybody knows that that independence is not what we are running today. When we got Nigeria independent in 1960, it was a regional government until the whole thing was destroyed, until everybody is now crying out. All these men are old, even though they are speaking out. They've been speaking for a very long time. Nobody's going to listen to them. And they can only speak, but they are not going to take action. Somebody like Afe Babalola will continue to speak. God bless his soul. God bless him with good health so that he can live long. But they have been speaking, only God knows when. But nothing is going to change. You cannot take Nigeria with a small kid glove. Nigeria itself is so powerful, and it will use every resources in its own dispenser to make sure that anybody, anyone, any group that wants to bring Nigeria down, Nigerian government will spend the last penny. And when I mean Nigerian government, I'm talking about your politician somewhere in Oyo State like Seyi Makinde that we saw dancing some few days ago in Oyo State, like Governor Wike or the Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State or Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State, and all the rest of all the Nigerian governors across the 36 states, like the Yaya Bello, like the Ganjude, like the El Rufai. They are all criminals, and every one of them knows that they can only continue to save Nigeria when we have elections that continue every 4 years. But every one of you is thinking that you will get a country as easy as that. Nigeria itself, love it when we say we want to get Nigeria at a very easy pace. Nigerians are happy, the Nigerian politicians. Inú wọn dùn pé èyí tẹ́ ní fẹ́ gba Yoruba nation. Ẹ ṣe rọra máa ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó dìjà o. Àwọn ní dá yín dúró. You think they're going to stop you? No. As long as that ti jẹ́ kó dìjà. But one thing is, they will be excited that we have actually slowed down by knocking them off quickly. Nigeria is at the verge of breakup. Let's listen again.
There was no poverty when I was growing up.
Bàbá ní kò sí poverty nígbà táwọn ń dàgbà. Now we have 133 million Nigerians. Nigeria is the capital poverty of the world. And this is why we are saying to every one of us, including myself, the longer we think that we are smart, the Fulanis are very smarter than us. And they are doing everything possibly best to make sure that the Biafra and the Yoruba do not break away from Nigeria. They will use as many individuals. They will use money. They will infiltrate every movement from the Biafra to the Yorubas that are serious. But I know that with our collective effort, we can take down Nigeria in any way, in any format. But one thing is, it will be an easy task. You must be fooling yourself. For the last only God knows, maybe 30 years. Let's even give him 30 years. They've probably been fighting to save Nigeria, to keep Nigeria a better place. But for the last 24 years, Baba yìí ti ń pariwo pé constitution yóò dá, ìjẹ́wọ́ dá lóhùn. I pity a lot of you that are thinking that Yoruba nation will come in an easy format. I have told you, you will never get a country should we not take the necessary action. No, Jesus Christ is coming down to save anybody. No, Muhammad is coming down. We must knock Nigeria off now before 2023 election. If we fail to do so, some of us will probably never come back home. But those of you at home will suffer 8 years of pain, 8 years of miserable lives. You will cry. You will probably end up in the closest country, which will be where this young man is reporting from. I don't even know him, but you can tell that we have so many Nigerians, especially the Yorubas, that probably made it to Libya. Some died along the route. Or you'll probably be enough to raise money and get a proper visa. Maybe somewhere to America, and you'll be lucky your life will be better. But it will take you maybe 10, 5, 7 years before you can become documented in America. Do you know how many Nigerians are living in America that are not yet documented? Even though they can be doing some bit of jobs, which we called cash in hand, but they will never be able to do as much for themselves, just as anybody that lives in Canada that is not yet documented. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn àǹtí yín tó wà ní abroad, wọn ò níwèé. Àwọn tó níwèé ló máa ń wá sílé. Tó bá ti ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ àǹtí ẹ̀ pé ìjọ́ ò lẹ́ ń bọ̀ nílé gan-an, tó ń fè ní dọ́là fún ẹ. Apart from reason that is probably maybe because of the insecurity tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà lénìí. Because ẹni tó bá níwèé ló máa wálé, even though you are living in South Africa and you can come back and return. But this particular man that came for Christmas, òun ò ní lè padà síbi tó ti wá. Nobody even knows where he's from, whether he's from America, whether he's from any African countries, but he came home for Christmas and he has been killed in Nigeria. Nigeria, the crime scene. Let's go back and listen to Afe Babalola, senior advocate of Nigeria, telling us about the fake 1999 constitution. The constitution that all the politicians are telling you they are amending. The constitution they are telling you that will save Nigeria. None of your politicians in all their discussion have said anything that they will bring down that constitution. They can't bring it down because they need the Senate and the House of Rep to do so. And all these Senate and your House of Rep are all criminals from top to bottom, and they are not ready to change the constitution, knowing fully well that the constitution is biased. The constitution is siding one particular ethnic group against other. If the constitution was real, it could have been working for me as a Yoruba man. It could have been working for anybody in any part of Nigeria today. But as we speak right now, you are thinking in your mind that a new election this year will give you a peace of mind. Some of you will suffer. Some of you will cry. Some of you, once again, will commit suicide. And we'll be here watching. Should you not allow Nigeria to be dissolved? Nobody is coming to save you. No Western power will come and save Nigeria. Don't be fooled. We can be talking to them as Yoruba people that we want our own country. If you think that any military from any country is coming to help us, you are fooling yourself. There will be no military coming to help you. You need to help yourself first, and then probably maybe there will be help. But everybody is now relaxing. We will get our country. We will get our nation. But one thing is, nation is not something you just talk about like that. You will get it. Afe Babalola have been talking about 1999 Constitution for the last 24 years. He's becoming an old man. I'm sure he doesn't have the same strength as he has when he was in his youth. He has probably made his own little bit of money. He has his own university. He has his own maybe teaching hospital. And he's probably maybe making a bit of money on his book or whatever he has done in himself for the last, only God knows, 40 years or probably 50. But what about you? In your 20s, you are still riding Okada in one town to one town. You are still waiting for somebody to give you 1,000 naira. I told you, the average Nigerian needs 2,000 naira every day. Should you not be able to get 2,000 naira? Not 2,000 naira to buy your internet data that you are being exploited by MTN, Glo, Airtel, or whatever network you're using. But you need 2,000 naira every blessed day to feed yourself, not your own children, yourself, you watching me right now. You need 2,000 naira every day. Not 10,000 today and not 10,000 naira tomorrow. No, you will actually need 2,000 naira according to United Nations. You think United Nations is coming to help you? United Nations is not going to help you to break up Nigeria. That is not the job of United Nations. The job of United Nations is to make sure that there is peace in Nigeria. And as long as there is peace in Nigeria, there's no problem around the world. But the moment that there is anarchy, crisis, uncertainty in Nigeria, then the United Nations will have what they call the United Nations Security Meeting. And during that meeting, they will start looking at different reasons why we are talking about having a breakup of Nigeria. But for now, none of that is happening. That means there's peace in Nigeria. And I'm sure there's no peace in your home, because I don't see any peace with my loved ones back home. There's insecurity, there's no electricity, the economy is falling down upon every one of you. Nigeria is owing about 60 trillion naira. It will take you 40 years just before we pay the interest, not the actual debt. Let's go back to Afe Babalola, senior advocate of Nigeria, and an elder statesman, as they call them in Nigeria. He's becoming very old. He's playing his own part. He's not going to come out on the street to fight for one Nigeria to break. He's trying to break up Nigeria with the 1999 constitution. The Fulani and the Yoruba are telling him, Baba, I'm sure Baba understand that. But don't expect Baba to come on the street to defend your Yoruba nation for you, even though he's a Yoruba man.
Under the 60-65, there was no poverty. Nigeria today is the world poverty capital.
You heard him very well. I just told you that earlier. But Baba also confirmed it. Baba just told you what I told you just about a few minutes ago. Nigeria, the capital poverty of the world. A very good morning and welcome to the live transmission. Today is Friday, the 6th of January, 2023. And my time check is now 6:36 a.m. You are just about 1 hour ahead of us. Don't be deceived. You are still a Nigerian. There is no country yet in calling Yoruba nation. Don't let anybody fool you that you already have a Yoruba nation. You are joking. Nigeria is still a sovereign nation. Mi yan kankan bá ń sọ fún yín pé ti gbàlú, a jẹ́ pé ẹ mọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ. Ẹni tó sọ pé ti gbàlú yẹn, wọ́n mọ̀ pé ìgbàlú kankan. Everybody knows that Nigeria is still a country. But we are told that there will be a country very soon. Yet, we are also told that there can be an election as long as the election does not disturb us. No, there should not be any election within the region that are asking for the breakup of Nigeria, whether in the southeast, whether in the middle belt, whether in the southwest. All election now must be put on hold. But do you think that your politicians are going to listen to you? They are probably laughing along the line and looking at every one of us as cowards that doesn't have the balls to take our country. And you are waiting for those in the European country to come and help you. When Ireland and the Irish people wanted to break away from Britain, go and read a little bit about that and see the consequence of what happened.
And yet, they want to contest election under the same constitution that brought us to where we are. Left to me alone, let us cure that disease. And that disease is constitution. And again, the same constitution, section 9, permits the members of House to amend the constitution. Let me read to you. It says, the National Assembly may, subject to the provision of this constitution, alter any of the provisions of the constitution. Alter means change. Any means all, any, the whole, part, or, much, or all. What stops the Parliament, legislators, from amending this constitution and say, it is hereby enacted that there shall be an interim government of 6 months to channel a new constitution. This takes us to what is interim. Interim governments are created under diverse circumstances, including regime collapse, negotiated agreement, special election, or international intervention. They are mandated from providing or destroying basic state services like our own now, such as preparation for a new constitution or introduction of reform. Examples are manifold. For instance, an existing regime like our own, dealing with fundamental crisis. Don't we have fundamental crisis now? You will pray to God to let you get to where you are going back, because we don't know what will not happen. Travel by airport, by air is risky. Travel by road is risky. Travel by train is risky. Don't you have crisis? We do.
Once again, a very good afternoon, good morning, and welcome to the conversation. And let's go back into the program. Mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí níbikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ wa tí ẹ ti ń wò wá ní àárọ̀ yìí. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń fẹ́ òmìnira kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà, àmọ́ à ń rò pé ó máa wá in a very easy format. Nobody is giving you freedom. Freedom is something you fight, and you fight it to the last man standing. Let's take you through the last part of this, and then we go into they are doing slavery. Slavery. Once again, a very good morning and welcome to the live transmission. As we continue to say, our fight for our right to self-determination is actually in our hands. Nobody is coming to save you. As we continue with the program this morning, my focus is with the Yoruba politician, the criminal politicians, àwọn tí wọ́n hold wa sẹ́yìn. Gbogbo population àwọn politicians yìí, they are probably less than 1 million. I don't think when you calculate all the politicians tó ń bẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí tó fi ṣe 2023, they are not up to 1 million. And they will make decisions for millions of us. But those decisions is not going to favor you. It's not going to favor your children. It's not going to favor your loved ones. They want us to remain as Nigerians, as against a Yoruba person or a Yoruba citizen. But we can stop them if we are serious and determined, just as the Irish did the British government when they were asking for separation. The Irish knew what they were going to do. I'm not going to tell you everything they did on this broadcast. You can go and study that yourself and see what was the consequence of British government trying to hold on to that particular side of the globe until chaos started. Then they knew that they need to let them go. But we, the Yorubas, we are not cowards. I know we are determined to go. We are very, very ready to go. But we must not be fooled by anybody giving you the impression that a country will come as easy as they're telling you. If anyone is telling you that you get a country as easy, I will be here laughing at each and every one of you. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ rò pé ìlú máa easy láti gbà. Àwọn tó ń sọ fún yín pé ó máa easy, wọ́n mọ̀ pé kò lè easy. But wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ sọ tí ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ kí ọkàn yín lè túbọ̀ tutù sí, kí àwọn politician lè parí iṣẹ́ tó fẹ́ ṣe mọ́ yín lára. And that's what they're doing. But I know the Biafra will fight to the last man standing. They are not joking about the restoration of Biafra. In my mind, I know that. Even in the midst of uncertainty among them as well. But our Biafra will fight to save Biafra. Nobody is going to give anybody a referendum in Nigeria. Let me tell you this. Being a command drop way, a command for any referendum. Nobody coming. If I were in a group, we can send a different voice note. That is not going to help anybody. The real business is on the street of Lagos, Ogun State, Oyo State, Ondo State, Osun State, Ekiti State, Kwara State, and Kogi State. All these Yoruba land must become on a standstill, because that will send message to the government that the Yoruba people are no longer interested in their politicians that is trying to keep Nigeria for the British government. But ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín, wọ́n ti ń sọ nǹkan tó dùn fún yín, and you are feeling comfortable that you have got a country. Let me say this clearly. Tí gba ìlú kankan irọ́ lẹ̀ ń pa. Nobody has left Nigeria yet. If you think that you have left Nigeria, you are fooling yourself. You are not fooling somebody like me, because I'm not stupid. And you're stupid. It's a stupid person that will believe that you have got a country yet. There is no country yet, because the flag of Nigeria continues to fly across Yoruba land. And all that will continue until we take the bull by the horn. I'm not going to play the videos of the IRA. I have watched a lot of it, but I'm not going to show you on this broadcast. You can take your time and go to YouTube and go and check what they've done. I'm not even going to tell you what they've done. But in Toshe, Britain film, yes, there are so many ways to fight for freedom. Part of that is what I am doing from the media perspective, to open your mind, to give you all the necessary tools that you probably never know, that you have a right, and that right cannot be taken away from you. The right is already embedded in the 1948 United Nations Charter that says, and I quote, that you have the right to self-determination. Self-determination is not a crime. It is the fundamental human right that is already also in existence today. But everybody is waiting for somebody to come and tell you something sweet. In tó dùn lẹ fẹ́ gbọ́. Wọ́n lè ti ń sọ tó dùn fún gbogbo yín báyìí, àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Olúkálùkù tí wọ́n ń gba tó dùn sára. But the politicians will make the final job if we don't stop them. I traveled to Nigeria in 2019. I witnessed the election myself, first hand in the history. I wanted to witness it. I paid for my own transport to Nigeria. There's evidence of my trail to Nigeria so many times. I've shown you that in the last 3 years. I don't have to prove anything to anybody anymore. I have been coming to Nigeria since 2015, after the British government did not allow me to have documents for 14 years. But immediately I had that opportunity, I was coming home. And up to today, nothing has changed. So if I am telling you, pé eléyìí tí mò ń sọ yìí, ọ̀nà tẹ́mi rò pé ó máa lọ yìí, tẹ́ bá sọ pé ọ̀nà yẹn ò ní lọ, it's not my own problem. That will be your own problem, not mine. Because you are listening to shit-hole messages, giving you false hope. Àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọ Irish gan, wọ́n lágò mọ́ Britain lórí dáadáa, kí Britain tó yọ̀ǹda wọn pé kólúkálukú máa lọ nínú ẹ̀. And today, aláwọn Nigerians tó ń gbé níbẹ̀, tó ń fẹ́ ní hope pé Nigeria máa dá, ẹ ṣe sùúrù díẹ̀. Wọ́n wà ní Dublin, bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n wà níbẹ̀. Wọ́n wà ní Ireland. ìdààmú wà níbẹ̀ wọ́n wà níbẹ̀ tó ń sọ fún yín pé Nàìjíríà kò sí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ràn pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà o àwọn olórí yín ni kò dáa àmọ́ láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà ẹ máa ní olórí tó dáa bíi Àtíkù bíi Peter Obi àwọn máa fún yín ní nǹkan tó dáa but wọ́n sọ fún yín pé irọ́ bánsá ló wà níbẹ̀ irọ́ bánsá ló wà níbẹ̀ but everybody wants a better life everybody ẹ túbọ̀ máa point finger sí Ìgbòho Òòṣà mo sọ fún yín àwọn kan tẹ́ ń sọ pé ṣóun nìkan ni ó máa gba Yorùbá nation fún yín ni mo sọ fún yín pé ẹ tí gba country tó bá ń sọ fún yín pé ti gba country ẹni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé rọ́lọ́pàá nobody has got a country Nigeria is still operating ó dẹ̀ máa operate forever tá a bá take the necessary action gangan ni Nigeria need gbogbo rhetorics tí gbogbo yín sọ yẹn is not going to help anybody all that is all rhetorics. I am koikimedia. I have lived with the British people for 24 years and I've been able to understand the collateral damage that they've done in my life. Not to talk about your life. Nígbà tí wọ́n bá ti deal pẹ̀lú èmi tẹ́mi gan wà láàrin wọn for 14 years. Ìwọ òmùgọ̀ kan wá ṣe ń sọ pé a ti gba Yorùbá nation. You must be stupid for you as an individual to think in that direction. Tí Britain deal pẹ̀lú èmi níbí báyìí for 14 good years. And you are thinking that you have a country. Are you serious? Are you joking? Or ṣé tẹ́ rò pé eré là ń ṣe ṣá? Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tẹ́ rò pé eré ni Yorùbá nation. Ẹ lọ wo tí àwọn Irish. Èmi ò ní show yín ní gbogbo àwọn videos yẹn because I'm not gonna allow that to go on my platform. Ẹ lọ wo ntọ́ ṣe. Ntọ́ ṣe ló ń lọ níwájú yẹn. Nígbà tó sú Britain, tó sú wọn dáadáa, tó sú British government. Ní center wọ́n tú wọn sílẹ̀ wọ́n ní kólúkálukú máa lọ nílò ẹ̀ pé ìtàwọn jọ ṣe kò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ bọ̀ lẹ́ni ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àti gbọ́ the sweet rhetorics that this will give us a nation. I say it again live and direct. Nigeria is still a country. And Nigeria will remain a country if we do not put the necessary action on it. When I traveled in 2019, I picked up my... It was almost late, but I was able to get through. As you know, Nigeria is not a country anyway. I went to Yaba. I picked up my electoral materials that will allow me to travel at least from point to point. I witnessed the election of president in Alimosho local government. It's one of the biggest local governments in Nigeria and in Lagos precisely. Probably maybe not in Nigeria, but in Lagos. Mo mọ̀ bẹ̀ dáadáa níbẹ̀ ni mo ti ṣe presidential election observation. All I saw was shenanigans. All I saw was people not allowed to even vote for their choice. Especially that the PDP members tó ń wà ní Àlímọ̀ṣọ́, gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò tí wọ́n ń tajà ní Àlímọ̀ṣọ́, gbogbo wọn pátá ni wọ́n threaten pé tó bá dìbò pẹ́rẹ́ ẹ ṣe járe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyá mi Ìyábọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kán máa tanra wọn pé àwọn ti gbàgbé gbàtọ́ ọmọ tẹ ẹlòmíì ẹlòmíì ẹ kò gbọ́ Yorùbá nation ẹ rò pé Yorùbá nation lórí social media lẹ ti máa gbà no. We will get it on the ground. Kókó ọbẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn Western power. We must stop it so that they can understand the message. But the rhetorics don't fún yín nísìn. Rhetorics don't for everybody nísìn. Ó ń dùn mọ́ wá nù náà. Tàbí èmi náà like it. Oh wow, oh nice. Let me say this. Àtàwọn tí wọ́n believe ní Yorùbá nation. Àtàwọn tó believe. Ẹlòmíì ò ní ṣe wàhálà kankan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá gba Yorùbá nation ẹ lè kúrò nínú Yorùbá nation, okay? So we are not fighting among each other to get Yorùbá nation. We are actually fighting even for those that doesn't believe in Yorùbá nation. So don't think that ẹ bá gba Yorùbá nation yẹn àbí tá a bá jọ gba Yorùbá nation a máa lé àwọn kan kúrò ẹ lè lé anybody kúrò. Let everybody continue to put their best in how you will get a country. But for me, I have told you, and I'll continue to say it, Nigeria is a very powerful country, and it has to be break into pieces. As I'm going to be winding down this conversation, it's not a long one, it's just a very quick one. I'll be coming back probably maybe later. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá mọ̀ pé àwa kan a kì í ṣe illiterate. Tí gba nation. Téèyàn kọ́kọ́ bá ń sọ fún yín pé ti gba nation, wọ́n kàn fi máa fi dùn yín nínú ni. A máa làgò mọ́ Nàìjíríà lórí dáadáa. Bí Irish ṣe bọ́ǹbù Britain so many times kó tó di pé wọ́n ní kó máa lọ. But àwọn ní nǹkan tá a fẹ́ fi bọ́ǹbù Nàìjíríà, àmọ́ a ní the human resources, a ní the human power. Kí ni human power náà? Àwa ara wa la máa sọ fún Nàìjíríà pé a ṣe mọ́. But àwọn tá a fẹ́ sọ fún òun ṣe ẹni tó wà l'Abuja. Gbogbo àwọn politicians yín láti local government sí local government, láti state government, láti house of representatives, nígbà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá wà shut down, then they will know that we are serious. But because wọ́n ṣì ráyè move, I don't know how many airport works in Nigeria, in Yoruba land. I know Lagos State, probably maybe Ekiti. Torí pé wọ́n ṣì ń gbé aircraft, wọ́n landed sínú airport. Nígbà tí airport bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní di gbàgbós, oyè yín tí wọ́n lè land aircraft sórí airport yẹn, then wọ́n mọ̀ pa serious. But for now, everybody is waiting for somebody. But it's good that we wait. But ẹni tá à ń dúró dè yẹn tó máa fún wa ní a bit of hope, òun náà là ń point finger sí, àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Mo sọ fún yín, mo tún sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà, ẹ lè gba Yorùbá nation tí Ìgbòho ò bá dìde láti lead, ẹ lè gba Yorùbá nation. Ọláyọmí Kóìkì ni mò ń jẹ́, ẹni mi mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò sí bàbá ńlá ẹni tó lè jáde nínú gbogbo yín. Ẹ kàn ń ṣeré pa ni. Mo sọ fún yín, Ìgbòho nìkan ló láyẹ̀, gbogbo yín ò láyẹ̀. Ẹ rí gbogbo yín tẹ̀ ń pariwo, ẹ lè jáde kẹrẹ tó máa lead yín torí pé ẹ ní àyà yẹn. Ìgbòho dẹ̀ ní àyà ẹ̀, ó wá dúró wò yín, ó wòran. Ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́ máa lọ ṣe lọ, ṣèbẹ́ ní power láti ṣe ni, ẹ lọ máa ṣe. À ń wò yín ran, ẹni ẹnu tèmi ń rùn, ẹni ẹnu tèmi ń rùn pé mo mọ tí mò ń sọ. Mo tún sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, Ìgbòho àti Nnamdi Kanu, àwọn méjèèjì yẹn péré ní federal government mọ̀ pé ó lè pull Nàìjíríà down. Tí wọ́n bá mọ̀ pé ó lè pull Nàìjíríà down, máa pull ẹ̀ lọ́ka máa wò ẹ́. Ìgbòho ni bàbá gbogbo yín, bàbá dẹ̀ ló máa jẹ́ lórí gbogbo yín. Àwọn kan tẹ́ ń sọ pé ta ni Ìgbòho? Màá tún máa sọ fún yín pé Ìgbòho ní ṣẹ̀rùbà wọn ti Nàìjíríà, tí federal government mọ̀ pé tó bá wọnú Nàìjíríà lénìí election ní ṣẹlẹ̀, but ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ kó wọlé, ìyẹn lẹ ṣe ń ṣe gbogbo tẹ́ ń ṣe yẹn, àwa ti mọ̀. But adáka ń wò yín ràn, àfẹ́wò bí tẹ́ fẹ́ gbé lọ, ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ń gbé lọ, ẹ máa gbé lọ ká máa rí. Ẹ mọ̀ pé one person tó bá wọ Nàìjíríà lénìí láì kúrò ní state kan, a máa mi gbogbo ẹ̀. Òun ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá, òun dẹ̀ ló máa jẹ́ ìmọ́lẹ̀. My loyalty again remain for Chief Sunday, Dr. Olóyè Sunday Igboho, and that's where my loyalty ran. I don't change my loyalty. I remain honor to him, and I'll remain here for him, and I'll wait for his instruction. That instruction is what I'm waiting for. But nobody will push him. Nobody will force him. He will do it at the right time. Bá máa release audio yóò gba Yorùbá nation. Ẹ kàn ń waste energy yín. Kí tó máa gba Yorùbá nation. Agogo ìgbàlà ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn máa di sùrùtù. Ó máa di yọpọnyánrin. Orí M1 la ṣe máa láǹdẹ̀ sí. Gbogbo yín tẹ̀ ń sá fún M1. Ẹ má sá fún M1. Ọ̀nà tó dáa náà ni. Torí pé ọ̀nà tó máa là wá kíákíá. Àmọ́ gbogbo ilé tẹ̀ ń ṣe yìí. Èyí tẹ̀ ń ṣe ni pé ẹ̀ ń dúró kí Ọlọ́run kó sọ̀kalẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ò sọ̀kalẹ̀ o, Ọlọ́run ti sọ ọ̀nà tá máa fi kúrò. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ń ṣe Ọlọ́run alábòsí. Kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tí kò mọ̀ Ọlọ́run, ṣe má fi ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ẹ má fi dẹ́rù bà wá. Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé níwọ̀nba tó lúkálùkù mọ̀ pé. So kéèyàn kan má wá sọ fún wa pé ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run nìkan, Ọlọ́run ń ṣe Ọlọ́run alábòsí. Ọlọ́run táwa mọ̀ oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà ló mọ̀ pa máa fi gba ìrànwọ́ lọ́wọ́ wa. Èmi ti wà lórí M1, èmi ọmọ yìí tó kù, èmi mọ̀ pé M1 òun la máa fi gba Yorùbá nation, òun ló wà lẹ́yìn yẹn. A ní rí jù báyẹn lọ, ẹ bá bínú. Orúkọ tèmi ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì. Yorùbá nation ó máa wáyé, but ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ máa sọ ìgbà tí Ìgbòho máa gbéra. Ọlọ́run á mí sí lára, á fún lásìkò, á fún ní the knowledge to give us the guide. Àwa tá tẹ̀lé lẹ́yìn. Mo sọ fún yín pé èmi Ọláyọmí Kóìkì will remain the last man standing for Dr. Olóyè Sunday Ìgbòho. Ìyẹn ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo Yorùbá tí gbogbo àwọn federal government, tí gbogbo àjọ̀nú ń bẹ̀rù, tí gbogbo mùsùlùmí ń bẹ̀rù, nítorí pé àwọn mùsùlùmí olè kan wà láàrin wa tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá nation. Àwọn kìrìsìtẹ́nì olè wà láàrin wa tó fẹ́ jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá nation. Àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe olè wà láàrin wa tó fẹ́ jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá nation. Gbogbo yín tẹ́ fẹ́ jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá nation. Ọlọ́run máa mú gbogbo yín láìpẹ́ yìí. Ẹ rò pé kò ní wáyé? Èmi á máa sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó kù ni pé ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe sùúrù, ẹ má mikùn, ẹ má bẹ̀rù. Ọlọ́run ti parí iṣẹ́ yẹn, àmọ́ àsìkò tó máa gbéra ó kù sóhun lọ́wọ́. Àwa ń dúró de instruction. Ìwọ tó bá lè dúró de instruction, ó lè jáde kó lọ làgò mọ́ Nàìjíríà lórí, káwo bó ṣe máa rí. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ má bínú, ibi tá a máa rí mọ́ lénìí nìyẹn. My name is Olayomi Koiki. Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Ẹ má fàdúrà sílẹ̀, but àdúrà without action is not going to take us anywhere. Have a very good morning and bye for now.
come with nothing, then fight for everything, and later leave everything and go back with empty hand. God is powerful.